That he was a boy trapped inside of a girl's body.
So I spent a lot of time just laying in bed, like looking at the ceiling, trying to figure out what I felt within myself. And
We all know what transgender is, but do we really know? My name is Samantha Gould,
My name is Stephanie Limon.
and we noticed a societal stigma that needed to be addressed, and it's essentially an understanding the transgender community. There's so much you may not know unless you personally are going through it or you personally know someone. Well, after this, you'll get to know these three individuals and their personal journey of being transgender. As people step out of the shadows and tell their story, it won't only educate those who are ignorant, but it will provide a sense of actualization and empathy. The most you know on the topic of transgender may be from social media influencers being unapologetically themselves, and they may show the world their lives, but not the behind the scenes you're about to witness. I asked three people a part of the trans community questions, and they answered with their own personal experiences. Now let us introduce you to meet these strong individuals.
Hi, my name is Alana. I'm 21 and I'm transgender.
Hi, my name is Emma Rose. My pronouns are they, them. I'm non-binary, agender. To be more specific, I'm agender flux, which means that I'm agender, but I also experience fluctuating masculinity and femininity, but not so much that it makes me gender fluid.
Hi, my name is Chase. I'm 18 years old and I'm transgender.
What is your definition of transgender?
My definition of transgender would probably be a lot broader than most people think. So I think that anyone who is trans is someone who doesn't identify as the gender that they're assigned with at birth.
A transgender person is somebody who was born as one gender but identifies as the opposite one. So, for example, I'm a trans man, which means that I was born female but transitioned into male.
When did you figure out who you really were?
Within the last 2 to 3 years, though, I figured out that I just wasn't feeling right as a woman. And so I did some research. I talked to a lot of people and a lot of friends, and they gave me a whole bunch of definitions to look up. And I came across transgender, and I was like, that sounds the most accurate to me.
This one took a really long time. So I'm 19 years old, and I think I figured out my gender like less than 6 months ago. So when I was little, I always felt that I wasn't really good enough as a girl. I always felt that I was a little bit too masculine.
I actually knew that I was trans before I knew what trans was.
How did your family react to your transition?
Everyone that I've told has been really, really supportive of it. And I think that makes the experience a lot easier.
My coming out experience was easier than a lot of other people's that I've heard about. My family and friends were all pretty supportive. I can't think of anything crazy or horrible that ever happened to me, really. Nothing too traumatizing.
How are you affected psychologically?
Way that I haven't before. I'm feeling more myself than I think that I ever have. I can wear a dress and feel masculine and not hate myself for that.
Just became more comfortable, happier in myself, more confident. Things like that.
Gender reassignment surgery usually starts with hormone therapy that suppresses the secondary sex characteristics and make them appear like their desired sex. This is to look and sound more feminine/masculine. A type of hormone therapy, for example, is testosterone. It does a lot to the body. It deepens your voice, it adds body hair permanently, and strips away your menstrual cycle permanently. It also changes your facial features.
My name is Alana, and this is my first day on T.
My name is Alana, and this is my 1 month on T. My name is Alana, and this is my 2nd month on T.
My name is Alana, and this is my 3rd month on T.
My name is Alana, and this is my 4th month on T.
My name is Alana, and this is 5 months on T.
My name is Alana, and this is 6 months on T.
How does taking testosterone affect you physically?
My face started changing on testosterone. It made my neck wider. It made my nose wider. It made my eyebrows bushier.
It can cause aggression and mood swings, especially if you're taking the shot. So for surgeries for me, I do consider having surgeries. In the trans community, it's called top surgery, but that would be the surgery to have your breast removed, and you would have a flat chest. There are different kinds of surgery for that. You can have a double T or double surgery, so they'll go underneath and cut here, and there's 2 large scars. There's keyhole surgery, so if you have smaller breasts, that they just go in from the side and it's 1 small scar. You can have surgery on your areolas. A lot of stuff. It's extremely expensive. I am up in the air about what is called bottom surgery in the trans community, and that would be surgery on your genital area. I don't know if, when, how I would do that, but
For the actual gender reassignment surgery, there's several procedures to be done. You could reduce your hairline, you could do a nose job, you can fix your jawline to fit whether you are masculine or feminine. And males transitioning into females will have their testicles and penis removed, and maybe the prostate gland. So then the tissues from their penis can be used and manipulated to construct the vagina and clitoris. It also includes that the urethra to be shortened. For females transitioning into males, the breasts, ovaries, and uterus are removed and the vagina is closed. The penis and scrotum is constructed from other tissue where the urethra is extended so urination can be performed.
What's the most difficult aspects of being trans?
Telling people was definitely challenging. I was really worried that my friends and my family would see me as silly, even though that's not how I felt about people in the trans community.
So a lot of the cons are on the medical aspect because there's just not a lot of information for trans people. Like, why am I still getting these cramps? There have been research for people who've been on testosterone for long periods of time, and it causes the uterus to atrophy inside the body. So that just means the muscle is dying inside the body and they have to physically remove it. So it's a lot of unknowns when it comes to being trans, and you just kind of have to hope and pray that something doesn't go wrong, or that more research is done, or that you can inform people better.
What are the beneficial aspects from being trans?
That I'm more myself in a way.
The pros of transitioning and being trans in general, you're happier. You're so much happier. I can look in a mirror and see someone that actually reflects whom I am, and not what I would consider a stranger. So, but also extremely expensive, and a lot of the times it's not covered by medical insurances because it's considered cosmetic surgeries. It's not something you necessarily need. It's not life-threatening, and that's a bit frustrating because it can be upward of $5,000 to $25,000 for one or both of these surgeries.
I am very frustrated with the idea that trans people shouldn't be allowed in the military, because I think it takes a lot for a person to want to be able to be in the military, and so to deny someone simply because of their assigned gender and their gender identity is not desirable. It's awful, really. I don't like it. I think that no matter who, like, how someone identifies, they should be allowed to pursue what they want.
I think that that is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Trans people want nothing more than just to be another person. Whether you accept them as trans or whether they pass as cisgendered, it doesn't matter. If they want to serve in the military, let them serve.
As society continues to develop, we continue to witness the advancements in freedom of speech and the acceptance of others. Though we constantly see the denial of acceptance to the transgender community. You see the bullying of harassment and the questioning of, what are you, a boy or a girl? We witness or comprise the pain by just stepping aside and not protecting those who feel the sentiments of misgenderification. Currently, we see the banning of trans in military actions, the horrors of debt on them by trying to pay for their surgeries, as medical insurances address them as cosmetic surgeries. This widespread practice of surgeries enables transsexuals to escape the malaise and fate of masculinization and feminization as human beings, and provides them a safe path through humble places in society. We should all try to understand the feelings of each individual that doesn't feel comfortable within their own skin by offering our empathy and support in their decisions, as the decisions of wanting to change something about oneself that is permanent is a horrifying experience to go through alone.
People in the medical community especially should be more empathetic to the trans community. There's people who say that science says you're a man or a woman, but when we try to fit people in two separate categories and nothing in between, there will be detrimental effects because what if they don't fit in that category? People in the medical community should be more understanding to the trans community because we will be treating these people, and when we isolate and demonize these people that we are expected to take care of, it reflects poorly on us as caregivers in the future. So we need to create a better community by understanding the transgender community.